Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
I'm Scott.
And we're keeping you in the loop with the guitar community. Are you going to get a whole answer?
We'll see.
Post
Post-episode? Post-episode.
Post-episode, I guess. Or Patreon. 30-second clip it.
It's always good for us just to banter for like a minute or two, just so I have something to play over the credits.
Yeah. That always works.
The credits, Scott. Everything.
The credits. I mean... So So I'm gonna do my what's new because it incorporates two things that we need to talk about, which is which is like the fact that Scott does do pretty much everything. And I sat there, I was hanging out in Nashville this weekend, which is my what's new, with Philip from 40 Watt Podcast and his lovely wife, and we were talking about the stuff, and Philip's like, yeah, I do everything. I said, no, I got it made. like I just have to show up. That's what I do. I don't even have to show up all the time, just most of the time, enough where people remember me. But
were you just joking, or like, man, even on the weeks I don't show up, the episode's even better. So I mean,
yeah. Well, the discussion really started whenever Philip was talking about someone. Philip's really great about connecting with people, and because he needs to. Because he doesn't do his show as an interview format, so right,
he has to connect with somebody else in order to do a show.
From now on, I'm doing 6 degrees of Philip Carter, and screw you, Kevin Bacon. And he
I was gonna say, you could do that with Blake Wyland at this point too.
Yeah, that's true. But he was like, they're on this podcast, and I was just kind of stared at him blankly. He goes, oh, that's right. He goes, you don't listen to podcasts. And I was just like, yeah. He goes, you don't even listen to your own podcast if you're not on it. I said, I don't even listen to my own podcast when I'm on it. Half the time I get just dazed off. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves because we started what's new. While I was in Nashville, I got to hang out with Grant and Karen from Big Ear Pedals, who are sponsoring this episode.
Ooh,
yes, they bought me Chipotle. So that was pretty cool too.
That's what got you to go to Chipotle.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, Chipotle came to us. Uber Eats, dog. But I got to go.
I live like 4 blocks from a Chipotle in 2 different directions. So if I'm ordering delivery Chipotle, I am in like peak lazy mode. But
Grant
and Karen live like kind of way out there. So
on the list of shit white people say, I can walk 4 blocks to a Chipotle either direction. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I can go to a 7-Eleven in like 5 different directions.
Oh.
But that's convenience stores for you.
Yeah. So I saw a comedian who said that there's no reason you should ever call a 7-Eleven. I thought that was a pretty good point.
You should never call a 7-Eleven?
Yeah, or there's no reason why you should ever need to call a 7-Eleven.
Oh, like, why do they have a phone kind of a thing?
Yeah, like, are you going to ask them, like, are they open? Like, what are you going to ask them?
They're always open.
Exactly. So there's no point.
Huh.
You grab your own stuff.
Yeah. I mean, basically, everyone there is
grumpy
you're going to get yelled at. And
have fun sleeping tonight, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking... All right,
shower thoughts, yeah.
BigEarPedals.com. Go check them out. I got to do a really cool thing, which I'm not allowed to. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about. I wasn't told I wasn't allowed to talk about it.
Just long story short, there's some cool things in the works there. We don't know when they're coming.
Right. I got to listen to 2 different things, and that was fun. And yeah, AWOL from AWOL Pedals was there, which was a lot of fun too. So we got to all hang out and have fun.
Does he live like just down the street? Because he seems like he's over there a lot. Like they hang out a lot.
Yeah, well, no, I know they're really close and they hang out a lot. But yeah, and then Zach from Mythos Pedals stopped by.
Oh, nice.
Picks up some wires because he's working on some stuff too.
Well, I know like Grant does parts for people now. Like that's part of like they all kind of depend on each other and he helps organize like bulk orders of stuff too. So.
Right. So it's really cool. But yeah, BigEarPedals.com. Go check out all the cool stuff.
Did you know? So part of my what's new. I was in Portland and I saw a Big Ears pedal I'd never seen before.
Which one?
Their Buffer.
Oh yeah. Do they still have it, or is it discontinued?
I don't know. It was at the store, so I don't know if it was a used or new one. It was priced like it was new.
It might be new. It might be one of those pedals that kind of they stopped doing. But while I was also in Nashville, my what's new was I got to see Jason Isbell in the 400 unit. So Philip Carter messaged me. I was like, "Hey, you want to go?" And I was like, "Oh, cash is tight." He's like, "No, I got the ticket already." I was like, "Heck yeah, I'm going." So that was a lot of fun. That was one hell of a show.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my God. I mean, so
well, I mean, as someone who was also invited to said show at the same time you were invited.
Actually, I was invited before you, by the way.
And then he just made it a group text?
Yeah. To see if I could tell.
Because he didn't have a +1?
Well, he wanted to peer pressure. Well, not even that I didn't have a +1. It was that he was just trying to find someone. So he was trying to sell the ticket because they are expensive. That homie told me while we're sitting there waiting for the show to start how much the tickets were, and I about punched him.
$120?
Nope.
More?
Yep.
Well, it's the Ryman. Yeah, maybe.
The Ryman, yeah. So double that.
I mean, so Ian bought us John Mayer tickets for like next year. And
yeah.
Those were like $130 each.
No, these were $250 apparently.
Whew.
Yeah. Worth every freaking penny that I
So he bought $1,000 worth of.
No, I think his friend. It was his friend already paid. It was his friend. I'm not gonna make Philip sound out like he's like super rich Steve, but no.
I don't know, man. That guy has definitely.
Philip moved some gear.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's got that library money. I didn't know that was a fucking thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Librarians actually can make decent money.
Well, I know he's some.
And also, he lives like in like the cheapest place in the world to live.
Well, he goes to conferences and stuff. It's not like he's just in there scanning books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
like he's like a library executive, he's not like the person who's like, oh, this book is a week late. You owe us 25 cents. He's
won 17 Dewey Decimal Awards.
Neat.
That's not a true fact. Do we still use the Dewey Decimal System?
I believe so.
So was Dewey the last?
I haven't been in a library for a book since college, so I really don't know.
I have been. Well, not for a book. I've been in there for Comic-Con stuff or like little.
I've gone to people are renting out the conference room for something.
Right.
But I've not actually been in a library. For really? Okay. Oh wait, I went in to vote once, and then walked out the door because the line was too long.
You're like F the Dewey Decimal System.
Well, it was like right when COVID happened for the primaries, and I was just like, I'll try day of.
For the longest time, I thought Dewey Decimal was his name, like his last name was Decimal.
No, his last name was Dewey.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
thought you did crossword puzzles, Diaz. That's another crossword puzzle thing.
Yeah, but I didn't say I still believe it. Like, I know it's not true. I said for the longest time, which could have been till I was 12.
It could have been up to like 10 seconds ago when you just had an aha moment and you were trying to pass it off like you didn't believe it for this whole time.
Not that I'm on the Dewey Decimal Wikipedia page or anything like that.
For those who can't read body language, that nervous laughter means I am absolutely correct.
No, you're not. It's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. I don't even have my phone with me.
Okay. All right. So
you thought I was 30. You thought I was 33 fucking years old whenever I realized his last name wasn't Decimal.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right. What else is new with you?
Can you blame me here? I mean, come on.
No, not one bit.
Okay. Should I complain about airlines for another week straight?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I'll say I once said I went to Nashville. I said I'm driving United so I can get pissed off too.
There is United van rentals.
Yeah, fuck United van rentals. I have my own car.
No, so American Airlines screwed me over this time. Worse than United. So
oh my gosh.
I was literally sitting at the gate staring at the plane, and they're like, we have a maintenance light we need to deal with. It will be 15 minutes. And then everyone's like, okay, yeah, 50 minutes, whatever. I can wait up to an hour. I don't care. I'm like, I have a direct flight. I don't care. And then next thing we know, since I did the ticket on my phone, I just get the alerts whenever they change the gate or anything like that.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, this was an 11:45 a.m. flight. I get a notification, 11 p.m. departure time. And then the person next to me dings, and they have 7 a.m. And then mine flips to 7 a.m. And I just went, nope. And just started looking. They had no flights that were direct that were going to get me home before 7 a.m. And then I just flat out canceled and booked a flight on Delta because they actually had flights.
Isn't this the second time that like you had to go Delta? Or am I combining the two?
I flew Delta when I went to Salt Lake a few weeks back.
No. Okay, never mind. It's a different.
But like I actually prefer Delta. That's like my preferred airline. They're always on time. People there are less grumpy. I'm so sick of how many like in-flight announcements you get now. There's always
really
there's like 3 for like you need to sign up. Special greetings to all our like United miles, whatever.
Yeah,
which you need to fly so many times to get status now. It's ridiculous.
Right.
But then there's the 2 or 3 sign up for our credit card announcements. And then there's like the extra 4 or 5. We get that COVID sucks. We're with you. We hate this too, but we have to do this kind of email messages. And then there's
seriously,
yeah. And
I fly Allegiant half the time, and they're just like, "All right, everyone, sit down, shut the fuck up. We're getting out of here." Like it's great.
Maybe there's so many announcements on airplanes now. And I used to fly to Canada all the time, where they actually did the announcements in English and then in French.
Je suis le grand fromage.
Yes.
And then I fly Allegiant, and they're the cheapest, and like they do their credit card spiel, and like it's whatever, but they do it one time towards the end. And besides that, I mean, it really is like everyone's just like gets in, gets on, let's get out of here, let's go, you know what I mean?
I just wish they'd just do the safety thing on like the check-in. So like if you have status, you've done, you do their course or online course, you click yes, you never have to hear it again.
So you sent a picture and you were excited about the space you had on your legs. What was that seat?
I finally had an exit row.
Dude, so Allegiant, I always pick my spot and I always pick the emergency exit.
Yep.
And that is 100% because I want to feel like I'm in control of something. And like if this thing's going down, I'm picking. Like, all right, Billy, let's go. You're next. Yeah,
I always love they have to get a verbal approval from you or verbal confirmation you're willing and able to open the door.
Sir, are you willing and able to open the door? Like, dude, I'm going through a divorce right now.
I don't know what I'm capable of.
We're keeping this shit closed. We're like, sir, we're gonna need you to move to first class. We're like, yes. No.
Oh, I just reply, yeah, it wasn't that hard last time.
Oh no, you don't really, do you?
I did it once. They stare at you.
Yeah. Oh, I made a joke one time, and like the lady like looked at me and did not think it was funny. I was like, lady, listen, I get paid monthly. Not really. I don't get paid. We get money from Patreon supporters to be kind of funny. Like, you don't understand. I am semi-professional. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened right there. It was kind of like that.
Yeah, but Portland was dope. I had a good time. I actually, as far as cities to visit for work, that was probably one of my best times. Got to see Blake Weiland from the Tone Mob, grab a beer with him, go check out a music store, and
I think it's a movie. I was like, that turned from hanging out to a date. Really
I was planning on, I was actually planning on seeing the newest Bond movie. I still haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, I just love the controversy over it. I haven't seen it.
I don't know about the controversy, and I've done a decent job avoiding any spoilers on it. So,
all right. So turns out he's a lizard the whole time, and he's trying to sell you insurance.
Yeah. You sure that wasn't the pre like, you know, they just run television commercials
that might
now?
Have been a Geico commercial.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Was he complaining? Was he dramatically complaining he got a flat tire?
I thought it was a really short movie. I guess I shouldn't have left.
How stoned did you get before you walked in? Did you just walk right back out too? And they're like,
I was a solid 7. I was like, no, I've heard a lot of controversy. I've started watching Squid Games. Squid
Don't tell me about that one either. That's next to my list.
So
I just finished Money Heist's newest half season. So
I'm really weird about overdubs. Not that.
Then skip Money Heist because that's actually in Spanish.
I started Money Heist and I couldn't get into it. The overdubs kind of bug me. They do a really great job in Squid Game, and the story is phenomenal. Like, I'm on episode 5 right now. I'm like halfway through episode 5.
How many episodes are there?
I don't know.
See, these are the things I look up now where I'm like, how committed to this am I going to be?
Right.
I don't have indefinite time and I don't watch Netflix while I'm working. So,
well, one of the things that I was really impressed with, one of the reasons why I watched it was because it is 100% Korean, and Korean director, Korean actors. It was originally done in Korean, and I was like, that's really cool that it's gained so much traction. And I've seen there's so many people posting about it, and you kind of want to be in the know, but they've done a phenomenal job. The story is amazing.
There are 9 episodes, by the way.
All right, so
I'm each an hour long, so that's a 9-hour commitment if I go with this.
I just started it yesterday, and I'll probably finish it tonight.
Remember when you finally convinced me to watch Tiger King, and I just kept texting you between episodes?
Yeah, you're like, it can't get crazier than this. I'm like,
you just wait, just wait.
You hold on to your skull there, buddy. It's about to get nuts. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so
I was going to catch the Bond movie, and I watched all the Daniel Craig movies in the last couple weeks to kind of ramp up to it.
I've never seen any of them. I've never seen any of the Daniel Craig. I stopped after Pierce Brosnan.
I've enjoyed Daniel Craig a lot.
It's honestly, it's really weird. It's not that. I thought Daniel Craig would do a phenomenal job. It was honestly, I got burnt out from the Pierce Brosnan ones. I mean,
because they're I would say they're closer to what Mission Impossible kind of has been.
Yeah,
it's like Mission Impossible. It's like Mission Impossible with a little bit more. I don't want to say high society ishness. There's the poshness of.
Yeah, I was about to say poshness. Yeah, or like a kind not. It's more,
and it's less crazy stunts. I mean, nowadays we watch Mission Impossible to see how Tom Cruise is going to kill himself, but. Yeah. And I mean, I've been having such a hard time following the plot because they're so far apart from each other.
I hope the last one is Tom Cruise takes off a mask and it was the guy that he was wearing the mask from the first movie the whole time.
It's just John Voight, super old at this point.
Yeah, he's like, this shit's getting
no, Emilio Estevez never died. Oh, sorry. We need to bring back Emilio Estevez.
Are you talking about Emilio Estevez never died as the human? No, he was due?
No,
he should have died 7 times by now.
Emilio Estevez died in the first Mission Impossible.
I haven't seen it in so long. I forgot he was even in it.
Oh, he dies right in the first
Was he
he's the one on top of the elevator.
That's where okay.
Now I gotta double check that was actually Emilio Estevez.
Emilio!
And he tipped his hat just like this.
All right. Do you have anything else new, or can we start doing?
I bought a bunch of stuff. It's just not in yet.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it when it gets in.
Yeah.
Because your postal service is known for doing great things.
2 things are coming FedEx.
Okay. Well, we do have a what's new this week in Harley Benton.
Yeah, we do.
So Harley Benton's doing what everyone else is doing and getting $30 mini pedals.
Yeah. So, honest question: are these just rebadged downer pedals?
Oh hell yeah. Okay. No questions asked. These are they're not doing anything with this. These are being made somewhere by a 12-year-old, and they're just getting sent over.
Yeah. So this is the same thing. Andertons did it with their Tone City or whatever they called them.
Yeah. And then what was that one company that we all thought that Josh from Gear Supply was helping.
Oh, I was thinking about that the other day. Like they were using the same filter or whatever.
Yeah, they use the same filter, but then like all their shit was just I don't mean sorry. All of their items were just made third party. They were just distributors pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that's what a lot of these are.
Yeah. Like the Deep Blue is a digital reverb. The Copy Paste, it's a 1-knot blooper. That's actually a pretty cool name. The Edgy, a digital delay pedal. That's a good name. You know what? I'll give them the names.
I mean, the Edgy needs to be bought by Chris immediately. Even though shipping on that's going to be probably as much as the
pedal. 100%. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Do you feel like some German guy was just like, look at Yamaha?
Well, I'm just surprised it took as long as it did.
I feel like, well, they couldn't like blow it all out at one time. They've been just, I think the thing is gradually adding things to their lineup. That way people are like, this is really good just because it's just so cheap and quick and easy. Oh, by the way, Nashville Guitar Center, you suck. Sorry, random thing I was thinking about. Have you ever been to that one?
No, I haven't. I don't really go to guitar centers.
I feel like the Knoxville Guitar Center is 100% amazing. Like it really is fantastic. Oh, my phone's ringing. Chicken in the cone cano, my rusty 2 strings. But what's going on? Oh, Knoxville Guitar Center is amazing. Like I feel like with the Nashville Guitar Center, it's pretty small. Apparently, Philip said it's big compared to other ones. Like the Knoxville one must be huge then, because this thing was like it's like they jammed all this crap in there, and it just wasn't a fantastic experience. I hate having to track down someone to get a cable to play. Like I thought we were past
stolen
that.
So much. Like
I know
this is like growing up, there was a bunch of amps at the Guitar Center in Villa Park that like they didn't even have fuses in them. Like people would show up and they just yank the tube or the fuse out of them and go home.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Emilio Estevez was in Mission Impossible 1.
Emilio.
He was uncredited in the movie at playing Jack Harmon. Anyway.
That sounds like a spy name right there.
Yeah.
Like Jack Ryan, Jack Harmon.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good spy movie name.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Anyway, I gave you a list of pedals. Did you read all of them?
Yes, I did not read all of them. All right,
okay.
Let me read all of them.
My favorite one is the Magnum DI.
All right. So hold on, I'm gonna go down. I've got a list.
Okay.
All right, the Sucker Punch is a high gain metal distortion. The Fast Lane is an old school flanger effect inspired by the tones of the Electro-Harmonic Electric Mistress. The Hot Mod is an 11 mode, so it's a multi effects. It's got 2 choruses, 2 flangers, 2 phasers, a vibrato, a univibe, optical and stereo tremolo, and an analog filter. That's insane. I want the Hot Mod. All right, the Spinner is a 3-mode modulation pedal with phaser, vibrato, and chorus. The Microcab is an 11-mode cab sim pedal. It's got different speaker and cab options. The Shaft is an auto wah. Great name.
Shaft. Actually, well, I guess they're in Germany, so they might be able to avoid all the copyright.
Shut your mouth. Yeah. The Magnum DI, a small DI box, offers unbalanced quarter-inch out, a balanced XLR out, switchable cabinet simulation, plus minus 20 decibel input gain, and a ground lift switch. The Phone Home.
That's actually, by the way, that 20 plus or minus 20 dB gain is actually pretty awesome.
Oh, cool.
Just saying.
The Phone Home.
We're on a weird delay now where I'm interrupting you because you're being thrown off by me talking.
The Phone Home's a small headphone amplifier with a single volume control and both quarter and eighth inch ins and outs. The Deep is a 5-band EQ, voice for bass guitars with bands ranging from 62.5 to 4K. The intersection is a small ABY box. The Troubadour is an acoustic simulator for electric guitars. The 5-band is a 5-band EQ. The green tent is a TS style overdrive with an added boost mode.
Never saw that one coming.
Everyone makes a TS. All right. The Silly Fuzz is a take on the Silicone Fuzz face. The Heat is an overdrive pedal based on the sound of a crank tube amplifier. God, this is one hell of a list. The Deal Breaker is a take on the classic Marshall Blues Breaker. The Drop Kick is a modern distortion. The Rodent is a rat. The Dr. D is a Dumble. The Fuzzy Logic is a Germanium fuzz bass. The Plexicon is a 100 watt Marshall Plexi. The True Grit is a take on an old school combo amps overdrive. The Alien Signal is a bit crusher with high and low pass filter modes. And then I already said the other three, which was the Edgy, a digital delay, the Copy Pasta, a minimalist one knob looper, and the Deep Blue is a digital reverb. So they're all under 30 squigglies, except for the Copy Paste, which lists for 41 squigglies.
Squigglies, I love it.
What are those? Is that pounds? Yeah, that's pounds. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I always mix up euros and pounds. I'm always like, euros
are an E.
That's the thing. But then I look at that, and what does that look like?
Except for dollars are a fancy S, which makes no sense. So
for cents,
which starts with a C, which also is a C. The cent symbol is a C.
Well, did you RC 600, the new flagship model for the Loop Station series? I feel like I don't want to know how much this is. This has to be at least $400.
$600.
Son of a biscuit eater. I'm good.
So if you're not Ed Sheeran, I mean, is that the only person who buys something like this?
So my brother would use something like this for his live shows.
Yeah,
where he does solo stuff. Right now he uses the Head Rush looper, and he loves that because he runs his vocals through it and everything and loops vocals.
Yeah, I just love how they just keep making these things bigger, like more tracks on tracks, longer ability. And I'm like, if you use a full minute loop that's available to you, I'm sorry, the audience is already done, man. Like, no one wants to hear you do 6 layers on a 1 minute riff.
Right. Yeah. But also this is one I believe you could actually like record and store stuff as well.
Yeah. And there's effects, and there's, you can have 4 input and track effects just like recalled. So that's actually a good one if you're like just running tracks on the fly. But even still nowadays, if you can do a click and just, an Ableton loop, you're better off for consistency. But this, I just don't know who this is for.
I think a lot of solo live acoustic people.
I mean, they keep making RC loop stations, so clearly a bunch of people are buying these things. I don't see it. Like I don't experience it. I'm not aware of where this is actually happening. And then on top of it, it's $600, so it is an investment.
Well, it's also good for those people who sit at home and just want to loop around and mess with stuff. Or also, I've seen a lot of like synth and keyboard players are using loopers now too. So, all right. Speaking of things that don't make any sense, I don't know about what's up with the light? This light. Sorry. All right.
You don't get the title.
The TMA1 fuzz. I don't get it.
It's a 2001: A Space Odyssey
reference. I've never seen it.
That's like a classic movie.
Yeah,
I've never seen it either.
Why would you like said it almost like it's? I know you weren't intending it to sound like you're like it's a classic movie. Like, how have you not seen it? And then you're like, I haven't seen it either.
No, that was entirely my intention. But anyway, it's a fuzz.
Yeah, it does that. All right. How much are they?
$200. So it's a 4-stage transistor gain. It's got a few different modes, different clipping options. It's got a cool look. Again, yeah. I didn't listen to the demo. There's a demos in the dark, so it will sound good. Like, you know, that guy doesn't make a bad demo. So, oh, if this is, I mean, it's fuzzes. If it's not your fuzz, you just sell it, move on.
Yeah, speaking of
I
moving
might be
on,
doing next week because that's a teaser for what's new next week. Anyway.
All right. Well, speaking of moving on, PRS needs to just move on and stop doing everything Santana, because he's not really that relevant anymore. And that's my hot take of the day.
But it's been 50 years since his second album.
All right, so PRS announces 1,000 piece run of the SC Santana Abraxas guitar. Okay.
It's a PRS Santana SE with the artwork of the album.
And no covers on the humbuckers, so that looks ugly.
I think that looks fine. Because the knobs are black too, so it all just kind of blends in. I don't love the Santana shape though, but that's me. Are you just mad at me and not talking?
No, okay. Work bugging me, of course. I don't like it. It just, number one, it's got the cheap Gibson knobs on it, or like the Epiphone knobs that come like
speed knobs.
Yeah, but they look. I always thought they looked cheap.
Turning around and looking at my PRS, my full blown PRS comes with that style of knobs. No, wait, no, they're different.
No, it does not.
They're different. Yeah, they're different.
No, these are like the fat.
Yeah, these are speed knobs. Like speed knobs. Like so, which is what I had on my old Les Paul. I swapped those in because I actually prefer them to
I don't like
traditional Les Paul ones. Even though I've left the Les Paul ones on my Les Paul.
Do you have a Les Paul? Shut up, Kylo. There's kids out there playing every day. All right, so it's
anyway. Speaking of knobs on Gibsons, do we want to move on?
Yeah. So Gibson Custom Shopper releases a replica Chuck Berry 1978 wine red ES335.
Featuring aging from Gibson's Murphy Lab.
Oh my gosh.
Have you looked at the price tag yet?
Nope, don't want to.
Guess.
I do want to.
No, just keep guessing.
Guess.
Yep.
It's 10 grand.
Less.
Okay, 8 grand.
Less.
6 grand?
More.
7 grand.
Yep.
Okay, that's not as bad.
Considering like a normal 335 is what, 4 grand at this point? Is it 4 grand?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 355.
Oh, yeah. So it's got a Veritone.
Yeah.
So, question for the group: hasn't Chuck Berry been canceled at this point?
Well, in all fairness, R. Kelly was doing fine peeing on people. So, isn't that what Chuck Berry did? No, Chuck Berry.
R. Kelly just got sentenced to jail, dude.
Oh, well, you done fucked up. Yeah, I don't know. Chuck Berry's up there on like weird ass people who should definitely be canceled. But also, there's some of the Chuck Berry stuff. I mean, like getting accused of taking a minor, or like he took a white girl across state lines and all that. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it because I'm not knowledgeable enough, and I'm gonna just look like a jackass.
Wait. That's a crime.
Well, looking like taking a white girl across state lines. I get she might have been a minor, but yeah, like
okay.
Pretty much it was like she was like, it's not like he kidnapped her or anything like that, but yeah, was that him or was that James Brown?
I know they're all kind of, I hate to admit, they by modern definitions they're all pedophiles in some way or another.
Yeah. Are we both looking up Chuck Berry state lines?
1987, he was charged with assaulting a woman.
1959, Chuck Berry is arrested in St. Louis, Missouri on charges relating to his transportation of a 14-year-old girl across state lines for allegedly immoral purposes. Yeah, 14. Oh my gosh, NewYorkPost.com. Chuck Berry is more than a rock icon. He was also a huge pervert. Well, that's one title you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to when Woody Allen does a biopic on him.
I love the level of the joke there.
Yep. It works. Like you could actually see that happening at the same time.
Well, I just do want to point out I understood the second level of that joke.
Well, most people should. They just did a big HBO thing on it.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay. I didn't know. One of my favorite jokes that it took me a while to get was episode of Family Guy, whenever Stewie's tricycle gets stolen, and he finds the kid who stole it, and he ties him up in his basement and is like beating the crap out of him. And Lois comes downstairs and says, Stewie, what are you doing? Playing house. That boy's all tied up. Roman Polanski's house. Oh yeah, that was a good one too. It's the whole second level. How long have we been recording for? Can we end this?
No. Now, other piece of news: new MacBooks came out yesterday.
Okay.
Which will be the new like these things are incredibly powerful, apparently, and will be the new standard of recording industry. So everyone's been really waiting for these for a long time.
That's cool.
So, real big deal. I did not buy one.
Okay.
Because I'm not ready to spend $3,000 on a laptop right now.
Yeah. All right.
Which is what Apple laptops have cost. I mean,
yeah,
it's not that outrageous. I mean, they've gone up in price a little bit, but not crazy.
True. I want to talk about this topic. I just saw what it is. Messed up childhood movies.
Yeah. So actually, I wanted to ruin a movie for you that I watched recently.
Hold on. Let's play a game. You name the movie and let me see if I can ruin it before you get a chance to.
Okay. So a little bit of background. Instead of doing like a church group like Bible study, I'm in a church group that's of people into movies. And so it's like a movie club. We watch a movie and we get together every week to discuss it.
Okay.
So last week's movie was The Truman Show.
Okay. So how would this be?
I did not like watching that movie with an adult set of eyes, because I watched that as like a teenager.
Yeah, no, it's pretty effed up.
It's horrendously messed up. Yeah,
to think that, like, I mean, oh my God, Kristoff, that was Ed Harris's character.
Yeah.
To imagine that, like, you raised this person in this world that was created specifically catered to him, and like I would feel so violated if I found out about that. Like, imagine the nights you couldn't sleep because you're like, were they watching me jack off? Like, like you never. I mean, he didn't get any alone time. Really,
they addressed that in the thing that they don't. They turn the camera away.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
Can I mess it up even more for you?
Yeah.
He met his wife when they were teenagers.
Right.
And they cast a teenage girl to sleep with him and pretend to be married to him and all those kind of things.
Okay.
First off, there's a level of prostitution there that's just ridiculous. Let alone, are those people being paid?
Well, hold on. Oh yeah, I'm sure they're getting paid, or there's something. I mean, like, they don't have to really work or anything besides acting all the time. I'm sure they're making bank. But didn't she like fake her age though?
Okay, so it's a statutory rape question then, possibly.
Well, did it say they had sex before they were married?
Oh, I don't know.
See, that's another thing they could have. I mean, it's a
but
wholesome.
She crossed her fingers when they got married. So there's the whole "is our marriage a sham" thing that he caught. But then that whole mechanism, that's literally sexual abuse and gaslighting that is happening to him. Oh, sorry, this is gonna be the woke show today, isn't it?
You already used 2 hot fire words.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so watching that movie as an adult, I thought it was I remembered it way more innocently than this time. And I'm like, oh my word, this is just an absolute monstrosity of a movie. And then like the levity that Jim Carrey brings to it, where you're like, oh, he's just this goofy, lovable guy. It's interesting.
I was not ready for this today.
Nope. Anyway.
And then is the whole his dad situation. That guy is going to have to go through so much therapy.
Yep.
Are they going to continue paying for that?
I mean, there's naturally just a massive lawsuit just brewing there.
Here's the thing, too. He could sue him for lost wages. He worked all that time and didn't get paid.
Or royalties.
Yeah,
on his likeness.
True, too. He could own the world, or his world.
And then also he'll write his tell-all book about what it's actually like from his perspective, and do the talk show circuit and all those kind of things. But yeah, it just, that movie, the more you sit and think about it, the more messed up it keeps getting.
Do you think he really went to Fiji though afterwards, or do you think he was left like after all that he was like, fuck Fiji?
Oh wait. The what's her name? She was in the I don't think she really had a name in, no, she did have a name in the whatever, but the actress that she was in Californication later. Anyway, she's like, they end the thing with like her watching him on TV and just running out the door. Like she lives next door to the studio and she's just going to meet him at the door and she's going to be the only person there. Like that whole thing they try to set up like they're about to go meet each other. That's totally dumb.
The best let's go meet each other situation was always going to be Joe Dirt.
I need to watch that again.
That's you know what? People shit on David Spade all the time, but he gave us Joe Dirt.
He gave us Tommy Boy too.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy's fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That guy in a little coat.
I think your brain is covered in a thick candy shell. You're the one with the brain who has a shell on it. Shut up.
This episode is just Scott reciting Tommy Boy. From the beginning. He's just reading the script.
I can get a great view of looking at your ass. No, it's your bowl. Oh, that's all right. Anyway.
I'm trying to think of like other childhood movies that were just completely jacked up.
There's way more than you think, man. I mean, like this isn't even like, I'm not trying to do like the secret hidden meaning in Disney movies kind of a thing. This is like straight up this movie. It's messed up at face value.
I'm Googling childhood movies that were really messed up to see if I can find a list.
Enjoy watching all of cracked.com's articles for like the last 10 years.
All Dogs Go to Heaven? That was pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Let's see. I love reading. All right.
You love reading lists, we know.
Yes, Snow White. After her stepmother hires a huntsman to cut her heart out, Snow White, who's apparently 14, goes and lives with 7 men she doesn't know, eats a poison apple, and falls into a coma. She then gets kissed by some random prince she's never met and goes off to marry him. That's kind of pretty messed up.
Yeah, considering on the plane I watched Promising Young Woman, which is also a fun one if you want your head to hurt when you're done. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my big movie of like, because like I just watched, what was it, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind earlier, where like that movie is a cool one to like go back to. Again, I saw that when I was younger. I understand it way differently as an adult, and just like the perspective on it. Like I finished Arrival last night. That's the one we're talking about tonight. Which is another cool one of like, if you know the future, do you still go through with these things in life? You know, like all those kind of themes. Yeah. Those are interesting to watch 1 or 2 or 3 times and kind of think and dwell on. This movie, I never want to see The Truman Show again. And I remember liking the movie, and this time I watched it and I was like, oh, I hate this so much.
Well, this episode's title is Scott Ruins the Truman Show.
It probably didn't help that I watched it on the United flight because it's in their circulation options.
You're so mad.
just wanting to watch the world burn, right?
Yeah. You're like, if I was in that Truman Show, I'd just burn the world all down. Yeah. Well,
dude, they literally like create a sense of trauma with that kid with his fear of boats by killing his dad, and then like intentionally have work send him on a trip where he has to get on a ferry and they sink a boat at the dock just to mess with him. Like, that level of abuse that they're doing to this guy is ridiculous.
Yeah, I believe Kristoff is a psychopath.
Oh, absolutely. Well, also, he dedicates his entire life to, like, tinkering with another dude's life from childhood.
He's crazy. Could you imagine that episode of Jerry Springer with Kristoff and Truman? That shit would be awesome.
Oh,
that'd be great.
Is Springer still going?
Probably. There's always room for Jerry Springer.
Didn't a security guard get like a spinoff show?
Steve Wilco. I'm fucking so mad at myself for knowing that fast. Yes, Steve Wilco did. Funny story. I know someone who was on the Jerry Springer show. A kid I went to high school with ended up on the Jerry Springer show.
I'm surprised you only know one.
It was totally staged. His name is Dustin Duffy. He was a rapper. He went by Duff E, so DUFF.E. Or as he would say, DUFFE. He went on there as a guy who likes to roller skate, and he was on roller skates the whole time. And he cheated on his girlfriend or his wife. They were married at some point, had a baby together. But yeah, like I can't.
All I can see in my head right now, imagining this, is Nick Swartzen's character on Reno 911.
Pretty much, just a little bit more wannabe gangster. Well, stop playing music. No.
What was that?
I'm trying to find the video of him on Jerry Springer.
Oh, great. Post that in our group for sure.
Yes. Oh, apparently I've looked for it before. I want to message him and be like, hey, can you send me that? I want to see that. But yeah, I'll find it and post it in the group. So we're still friends on Facebook. There's got to be. Hold on. I'm gonna search his Facebook for Jerry Springer and Duffy.
Did I tell you about what I did with Facebook?
Deleted it?
No, I actually found a better option.
Oh yeah, you did tell me.
I unfollowed everything. So I open it up and my newsfeed is empty and there's no ads anymore. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
It's legitimately awesome. Because now I just like, I mostly just use Facebook groups or whatever. I was really I might start adding back in people into my friends list again. But just, I realized how many people I was following online of like, I don't really know you. I don't have a daily life with you. And then it was getting weird. Like, I feel like I know you even though I've never met you in person. Actually, so I should mention, I actually did that last week because I met Adam Dolhanic in real life for the first time.
That's cool.
Which I think he posted in our group, didn't he? Yeah, I think he did. So that one's a little weird one. Was like, I've been friends with Adam for 4 or 5 years and I've never met him in person. And like, I know so much about his life and I know so much about him just from like messaging on Facebook and stuff like that about guitar gear at first. That's a little weird, but at the same time, it's actually kind of interesting of like how unique of a friendship that is. Like similar to like you and me, like we have a weird, unique friendship where there's a lot of things that just kind of overlap in weird ways. Whereas without Facebook, you and I would have met.
It's very true.
So there's that weird kind of side of it. And then there's just I'm just tired of everyone complaining. And instead of like belly aching about it, I just said, I'm just not going to look at it. And so that was the answer, is I just unfollowed everything. I used this little like plugin for Chrome called Unfollow Everything, I think is what it was.
Huh.
And now I don't spend any time on it. Because you just get caught in the scroll, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I just don't do that anymore. I'm actually like way happier. Like tangibly, within like 3 days, I was happier.
Is that a dog?
Yeah. My windows are open. It's a nice day.
Well, on that note, I just want to walk away because this is the first time that we've ever heard a dog on your mic.
Possibly. You had a siren on yours.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So thanks for joining us, everybody. with our weird topic this week of Scott ruining dreams.
Why don't you hop in our Facebook group and tell us what movies, just on face value, are just totally messed up by today's standards?
Yes. You can do that by going to facebook.com/group/theeffectsloop. A link for that is on theeffectsloop.com, which also has a link to our Instagram or YouTube. You can also email us a topic if you'd like. Dang it, I was sent a topic and I forgot about it. I'm sorry, Andrew.
What is it? We still got 8 minutes.
Oh my gosh, we are not squeezing in another topic. I already started the thing.
Yeah.
Let me look it up real quick.
Diaz, why are you so committed to the order of this podcast? Why are you being so controlling? Gosh.
It's in a list. Let's see. Let's see. Where did he say it? See, now we're just going to spend the end where we could have already been done and everyone could have been on their way.
Yeah, I hope you're all enjoying this dead air that I created.
Let's see.
Hey, Diaz, remember when I messaged you like 8 hours ago asking if you had any topic ideas?
All right. You can also go to our Patreon at patreon.com/theeffectsloop. Also, thank you again, Big Ear Pedals, Grant, Karen, you wonderful human beings, for the Chipotle and for sponsoring this episode. Go to bigearpedals.com and buy something cool. I've got a lot of great stuff. Is there anything else I'm missing?
Patreon?
I literally just did that before the...
I'm sorry, I zone out when you talk sometimes, so...
All right. I hope everyone besides Scott has a nice day. Bye.
Bye. How's that feel, Diaz? How's it feel?
It's relatable. 100%. That's a correct answer. It felt very relatable. Yep. We are strong. We have to just keep pushing along. We are one. So let's come together, show 'em some love. There are many things that this world needs, but the most important one is unity. United we stand, divided we fall. Through the ages this has been the same old song. Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Whoops, gotta turn the channel up. Yep. It's helpful. It does that thing.
That was well brought up. Too bad you weren't.
Better out than in, that's what I always say. I still don't understand that one.
No, I get that one.
I still don't get it. Whatever. It's better to burp than swallow your burp. I don't know.
Or just have somebody burp into your mouth.
It doesn't seem like a logical. I don't fucking know.
By the way, I just hit record right away because
okay.
There's that.
Well, welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz and I'm a pig. I am kind of ogre-like though. I guess kind of got the
you have layers.
Yeah, I'm like an onion.
You smell bad?
I'm originally from Florida, and technically there's a swamp there. My best friend is a jackass. No, Scott.
I was about to say, wait, am I your best friend?
I don't know. Possibly at this. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. As adults, like, let's get. All right, this is our topic for the week: adults in friendship levels.
Yeah, because arguably, I mean, I hate to say it this way, my best friend is actually moving out of Chicago. Like,
it's not Ian, is it?
No.
Okay. Ian's not. Hi, Ian. If you listen to this, you're not Scott's best friend. I guess the episode started. At some point, let's just play the music right now.
No, let's actually start this.
Okay.